Welcome to exercise 5G. We're doing 2AC now, and we're showing each time that f of g of 2 is the same as g of f of 2. Because if they're the same, then they're what we call mutual inverses. So they're inverses of each other, like x squared is the inverse of square root of x. So let's have a look at A. We've got f is x plus 13, g is x take 13, so f of 2 is 2 plus 13, which is 15. G of 2 is 2 take 13, which is negative 11. Now, g of f of, I'm doing this wrong way around, f of g of 2 is then f of, well, g of 2 came out as negative 11, which is negative 11 plus 13. So I'm just replacing the x with negative 11, which is 2. And g of f of 2 is just g of whatever f of 2 was, 15, which means it's 15 take 13, which is 2. So they came out with the same answer, which helps point out that they're mutual inverses, but doesn't prove it like without a doubt. So in order to prove it without a doubt, we need to do this with the general x. So if we do f of g of x, then that's f of g of x was x take 13. So in f of x, x plus 13, we're going to replace the x with x take 13. So we've got x take 13 plus 13. So this one was g of x, yeah? And we replaced this x with that. And now we're about to do the other way around. So g of, oh, sorry, they haven't finished yet. X take 13 plus 13 just comes out as x. G of f of x is the same as g of, well, f of x was x plus 13. So g is x take 13, so I'm replacing the x in x take 13. So I'm replacing this x with this whole thing, which means I've got x plus 13 and then take 13, because that's the end of g, which gives me just x. So because these both came out like as x, they're reflected on y equals x, yeah? So because these, when you sub one function into the other, it comes out as x, it means it is reflected on y equals x, like they do I'd say meet. They do come out as, they're mutual inverses. That's the quick and easy way to say it. Mutual inverses. Hooray! Now let's do C. So this time we've got 2x plus 6 and we've got half outside of x takes 6. So f of 2 is going to be 2 times 2 plus 6, so it's 10. G of 2 is half times 2 takes 6, which is 2 takes 6 is negative 4, half of that, negative 2. Okay, now let's do f of g of 2. So instead of doing f of x, we're subbing in g of 2 was negative 2, which means we've got 2 times negative 2, because it's 2x, plus 6, which gives us negative 4 plus 6, which is 2. Okay, g of f of 2 means we've got g of, now f of 2 ended up as 10. So for g, we have to do half outside of, and then it's x, so 10 takes 6. 10 takes 6 is 4, half of that, 2. Hooray, they end up as the same thing. What a surprise. All right, now let's figure out f of g of x, which means we're going to substitute g of x, which was half outside of x takes 6, in where x is in f, which is 2x plus 6. So I've got 2x, but instead of x, I've got half outside of x takes 6. And then it's plus 6, yep. So now I've just got to work through this. I've got 2 times a half x takes 6 plus 6. Now the 2 and the half, obviously, yoink. So we get 1 times x, it's just x takes 6. Plus 6 comes out as x. Nice. And g of f of x. So this time we have g of, and f of x was 2x plus 6. Which means we've got a half outside of, and then it's x minus 6. So instead of x, I've got 2x plus 6, and then we've got minus 6 still in the brackets. So we've got half outside of, now the 6's are going to cancel out, so half times 2x. The half and the 2, yoink, yoink, just comes out as x. So yes, they're mutual inverses.